What up, YouTube? BrokeFarmer back for another video on this beautiful day, y'all. And it's all about my projects this fall. Projects, getting things done in the garden. That's it, getting it done. Nothing else said, getting it done. Now, when I'm doing anything out here that I'm recording, I tell you why I'm doing it. Now, this is why I'm doing this project today. Got my beds, raised beds, and I tried a couple different types of trellis systems, and I came back to the same thing. It just ain't big enough. It ain't tall enough. I gotta find somewhere I can run my cucumbers, my peas, whatever I got that's vining. Gotta find a better option. So this is what I did. Went to YouTube University, baby. Shouts out to the tube. All right, I already had some T-posts. These are 5-foot T-post stakes. And I got 8 of them. 3 of them I already had, and I bought 4 more. They run about $7.98 a piece from Lowe's. Shouts out to Lowe's. What I'm gonna need, the mallet. I don't have a T-post driver, so the old trusted mallet 32 ounce, baby. Get it in, yeah. And a bunch of zip ties, y'all. Zip ties are really cheap. Go to Harbor Freight. They're giving these things away. All right, now let's get to the brass tacks of the whole situation. Now, cattle panel was not really cattle panel. It's hog paneling. Hog paneling. And this is 34 inches by, I forgot. It don't matter. It's about this long. About that long. Yeah. And I got 2 of them. They were $34 a piece. Let's get this thing going. What we waiting on? All right, y'all. I got one drove in with the mallet. Now, I've never paid attention to nobody explaining how far do you drive these T-posts. I have no idea. I drive them past this right here. I figure once it get that far in, it's got that lip and it's hard to pull up. So that's how I drive them down. I've already measured off 34 inches. Starts at the beginning of my bed to almost the middle. And another 34 inches is right on the edge of that bed. So I'm gonna put 2 right here. Well, I'm gonna start out 1, make sure I got it right before I get too deep in it. And I just got a mallet to knock this in. T-post driver works way better. And thank God I got soft soil like here. This would work way better if I had somebody helping me. Shouts out to my neighbor for not helping. Yeah. So, my beds ain't exactly even. So I'm kind of gonna eyeball this. Say eyeball and get you in trouble. They might be right this time. You gotta line it up. Well, I'll put that down first. Line that up. All right, let's go for it. I hit some hard soil. But once she get it going, she ready. All right, so they should be about even because they both all on the same size, 5 foot. And if I drive it in right to under that wide spot, they should be the same distance in. We'll see how important that is in a second. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But most of my DIY projects are just trying. I'm not exact with measurements or anything of that nature. And I can always get a shovel and dig it up. Yeah. This take a lot of arm strength. I just make sure I can't see the top of that spade part that comes out. And we're gonna see what it look like, y'all. This gonna be rough. Let's see, can we get it in here? This was the worst idea ever to do it by myself. Y'all get some help doing this. This is horrible. And I just broke a T-post, I think. I got that in there badly. Yeah, these T-poles really ain't strong enough. To be honest, it would work better just leaning in between us without the T-post. So let's just try that. Come move them down to where the T-post ain't. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Y'all see that? All right, we gotta figure this one out, y'all. All right, I'll be back. Let me figure this out. All right, y'all, we had to change the whole plan. The biggest problem is the diameter from that bed to that bed wasn't wide enough without it bunching up and bunching in. So you have to do what everybody do in the garden. You make exceptions and you figure out what works for you. So I got my cattle pounder, hog pounder, whatever you want to call it, my T-post, my zip tie, zip tied it all the way up. Zip ties all the way up. Zip tied all the way up. Now it stands better. And I ran it to the outside edge of this bed, which gives me more walk space to walk up under it. And it works out because I still can plant on this side and just let it trellis up this side instead of having it right here and trellising up this side. So it still does the same thing. So I'm not mad at it. Sometimes you got to do what works best for you. Now I got to put this other one up, and that's gonna suck. I'm telling you now, that's gonna suck. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna put the T-post up first. I'm gonna put this up because it's hard to handle. So once I get it in one place on the edge of these beds, it's there forever. Forever. All right. Final product. I put the other side up. I think I'm gonna go back and put something on the top to tie them together. I don't know, that might not even be necessary. I'm just growing vegetables. I'm not growing watermelons and stuff like that on them. But what I did do, I went back and cut the ends off. Can y'all even see that? Kind of dark. Cut the ends of the zip ties off. Yeah. I think it's a good project. But one thing to keep in mind, this hog panel, cattle panel, whatever you want to call it, is way more dangerous than I thought to handle. You got to literally squeeze it together and hold it together when you move it around. That's the only thing that worked for me. Got my zip ties on there. It's pretty sturdy. But you got to have a certain gap from one side to the other one. I want to say maybe 5 feet, or if it's not, it's bunched in too tight and it's just a matter of time before it uncoils like a spring. So keep that in mind. By moving it back to the back side of my bed, it eliminated that coil up and made it way easier to handle. So I'm gonna have cucumbers on this side climbing up. Then I'm gonna have on this side honey nut squash climbing up. On that side, I'm gonna have beans and whatever else on that side. My biggest regret about this project is I didn't do it sooner, y'all. I love it. I've been looking at everybody else, cattle panel, trellises and all this, and I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to put the work in. So the work has been put in, and it turned out spectacular, y'all. And remember, fall is the time to get your project done. Don't wait till it's hot as hell in spring out here sweating to death putting up a hog panel trellis, y'all. Thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button. If you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button, baby.